Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit. And I am one of your hosts, Brandon. And as usual, I am joined by my best friend, Mike.
Hello, Brandon. It is nice to see you today.
It is very comforting to be in your presence as well, Michael.
Yes. I don't know why we are talking like this, but I appreciate it. It is calm and soothing, and I enjoy it immensely.
I do it because there is so much blood rushing to my cock right now.
That's the guy I like to hear.
Well, Michael, this is another episode.
Hell
We're
yeah.
still doing the ABCs of Specrapular. And this is the episode with E and the episode with
Wouldn't
F.
it be the AB Specrapulars? ABC Scrapular? No, sorry.
So we're
Fuck
doing
it.
E and F today. And Mike, why don't you tell us which movies we're doing and their synopsis and who's in them?
Synopsize, I believe it's called.
Correct.
So we're on E and F.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of choices.
Like what?
Everything. Well, weren't we supposed to do everything everywhere all at once?
That is not streaming.
But
But I would love to.
that's too late.
I love that movie.
So instead, we're doing a couple. Get the old Alien 1-2 punch.
Pretty much.
You appreciate that. So we're doing Edge of Tomorrow and The Faculty.
Correct. Excellent.
I forgot we were doing Edge of Tomorrow first.
Yeah.
I saw the Faculty page. So this has gone off the rails already. Let me
So why don't you
see
tell
what we're
us
doing.
a synopsis
From
of-
the Edge of Tomorrow, I will tell you today that
Oh.
we are doing the Edge of Tomorrow. Oh my God, what happened to my search? This is not going well. We're
all
going
these
to-
OnlyFan leaks. Gotta get that out of here.
3 videos for 40. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow, the first film we are doing from 2014.
Ugh.
A soldier fighting aliens gets to relive, oh my God, the same day over and over and over again. The day restarting every time he dies. Now, everybody, here we go. The movie starts when Tom lies. Here we go now.
Here we go now. Here we go.
What
Here we
is
go. Here
happening?
we
I
go
love it so
now.
much.
It stars Tom Cruise and our girl Emily Blunt. She is the best, and she is married. Okay, so anyway, I can't do it.
Written by Chris McQuarrie, which I don't know why he just didn't direct this. 'Cause I guess he doesn't direct that much stuff because he directed like the Mission Impossible, the latest ones, Fallout, and Rogue Nation and stuff like that.
Okay.
But he did write The Usual Suspects, which I didn't remember. Directed by Doug Liman from Swingers, Bourne Identity, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Starring, I don't know if you heard of him, one Thomas Cruise as
Crooze.
yeah. Like Thomas Booze. That's what they call him in high school. Thomas Booze Cruise.
Yeah.
You know?
When he had him and his crooked teeth.
Hell yeah. As Cage. Emily Blunt as Rita. The motherfucking man himself. Bill Paxton as Master Sergeant something or other.
He's so good. I put R.I.P. Bill Paxton for sure.
So fucking good. Brendan Gleeson as the angry general. And then just a bunch of people like, who cares?
Then was that Irish movie that he was just in with Colin Farrell?
The Banshees of Inisherin or something like that?
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I think it's
Or
on
something-
HBO Max
or something like that.
Yeah. So that synopsis doesn't do any kind of justice.
What?
Because first and foremost, he's not a soldier. Like
Who
he's
isn't a
pushed
soldier?
into it. Tom Cruise.
He's a soldier. He's a major.
Yeah, but only a major by like social media. Like they gave him that. Remember, he's like, hey, I only have
He's
this
still
title.
an officer.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not saying that he's not, but he's like, I've never done this. He's like, oh, now you're gonna learn. And that was my that was my Irish accent. So
So there's a big time alien invasion.
big time.
Big time in Europe, right? They've taken over.
Because they ain't coming here, motherfucker. We'll
Right.
take you. You know how many people have guns in this country? Fucking at least 6 per person per capita. I don't know what per capita means, but we're going with it.
It's per capita, but look.
Okay.
It's funny. The aliens.
That's hilarious.
Kind of start at the center of Europe and work their way out, kind of like how the Nazis did. So that's funny.
Are you saying it like that because Inglorious?
Yes,
Nazis.
Nazis.
Gonna get some scalps.
They take over Europe really quickly, kind of like the Nazis as well. To the point where
Here's a porn. To the porn point.
I got boobs on my brain.
You got the booby brain.
To the point where like people aren't understanding like how are they knowing our every move? How are they anticipating everything? We're just getting demolished every time. To the point where Emily Blunt's character magically helps him fight off the aliens at Verdun.
Is there only one alpha?
Yes.
Okay. And that all makes sense then.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, continue.
Because there's alphas, then the betas. Are the
betas
omegas?
are the little red ones, right?
Okay.
And then the omega is the little fucking butthole looking one in the water. I thought it was called the omega.
What is like the blue with the blood?
That was the omega.
No,
I'm sorry. That was the alpha. Omega is the big one under the water, under the sea.
Okay.
And then the alphas are the really like grayish bluish.
We said there's like only one in every 30 million of them or so.
If that's what they said, then yes, because it wouldn't make sense though. Because then if Tom Cruise, okay, well, I'm sorry, we'll talk about that. So
so they're taking over almost all of Europe.
Correct.
The humans had one victory at Verdun, which is the legendary battle in World War I as well, the Battle of Verdun. Magically championed by Emily Blunt's character, which I forgot her name again. Oh my God.
Rita.
Rita. So now the human forces are planning a huge attack to push back the aliens back from all fronts, Eastern Front and Western
We're super
Front.
fucking hyped.
We're
we won that battle. We're like, fuck yeah, dude, fuck these aliens. We're gonna fuck their mouths so hard.
Yeah. So Tom Cruise is an American who's being loaned over to Europe, I guess.
Oddly enough, he's just
the United Forces. I think they call them or something like that. He's there mostly to do like PR, just to hype up their victory and how
he's a spokesperson.
Yeah, spokesperson. He mouths off to the general a little bit,
only because general's like, you're going to the front line with your crew and you're going to record this, you're going to do this, and he's like, bleh.
Which probably would have been fine-ish. No, he still would have died.
Oh, for sure.
They didn't know the extent of the battle, like how screwed they were. But he wasn't going to fight like he ends up having to do.
Correct.
Like the general Brennan is like kind of a dick, right? So he arrests him and has him busted. I'm going to bust you down to private so fast your head's going to spin.
They said he was a deserter.
Yeah.
They lied. They wouldn't give him a call to his actual CO.
Yeah.
CO?
Yeah, commanding officer.
Yeah.
So essentially dooming him to death, right? It's like you're a soldier with no experience, and we're essentially sending you into D-Day.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You're storming a beach, and good luck. Here's a mech suit with
that you don't know how to use. It's like Japanese. Yeah. You don't know how to take the safety off. You run out of battery.
So he magically, or by accident, kills one of these alphas and gets the blood.
He doesn't
on him.
accidentally do it. Like his whole squad is killed.
Yeah.
And he sees that there's a claymore, and he knows it just got it pointed out. Although I didn't remember seeing him pulling a pin. But either way, and the alpha approached him to kill him, and it triggered the claymore to go off, killing the alpha, and its blood soaks his body and he melts. That was frightening. Like his mouth is like melted away. His face.
This is a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
To the point where like it's upsetting that it did not do well.
Did you read the book?
Like it's famously did not do well in theaters.
Correct.
I did not read the book.
So the book, it was adapted. I mean, obviously a little bit before the movie came out.
All You Need Is Kill, right?
Correct.
By Hiroshi Sakurazaka.
And they also made it into a comic.
Okay.
Really good stuff. I read it online a couple years ago. It's also like I was heavy into like
Japanese porn.
Very much hentai. Yeah. But like when I read Battle Royale.
Okay.
I was heavily not influenced, but just I started reading a lot more like authors that were. I mean, I'm not set to a certain author from where they're from. I don't read only like Americans and stuff. But yeah, I just
you only buy American.
Sure.
Trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Fort Strong.
Yeah.
And
Fort Tough.
Whatever. TUFF? Is it TUFF?
Yeah.
So the book though, the comic, great. Movie, great. There's slight differences, but at the same time, what are you gonna do? You gotta like see. That's why people complain. Like, they deviated from the fucking book or they deviated from the comic book. It's like, well, sometimes
don't get me fucking started.
You kind of have to sometimes because, like,
not sometimes, all the time.
Sure, but like books and stuff like, there's just certain things you can't do, or some things that might, we don't want to show that. Like, we need to keep the people engaged, and like look at The Road, for example. That book is fucking boring. It's good, but that book is boring. There's a lot of sadness in it, and the movie was sad too. But like, they made some choices in that I was like, okay, I'm like Jurassic Park made some big changes in that, but it worked. But like I really would have liked to see him and get killed by all those little tiny dinosaurs. That would have been good. But
But how people expect to adapt something like that? Like they've done entire seasons of shows about a single book, and it still had to leave some stuff out. Like books are just epic in scope by default. So you can't fit that all in an hour and a half or 2 hours or 3 hours or in a fucking Lord of the Rings extended edition 4.5 hour version. You're still stuff you're going to have to leave out.
well,
So if that's people's excuse for not liking something, like they cut so much stuff out, like go fucking fuck yourself. Like, if there's stuff that you like, your favorite character may have been cut out, but like really, if it's a major character like that important to a book, I kind of doubt it being cut out of there.
well,
but,
you don't want to make
it is what
your
it
favorite
is.
character that was white before into a person of color, because then suddenly you just get immediate.
No, the other way.
Or that what?
What?
If they're white in like the
Oh yeah,
original.
yeah.
then
I'm
you
sorry,
make-
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So this movie though, really fast, it kind of had to me little hints of like Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
Like
very-
a little
very
bit,
much so.
like with
I kind of wish it was more violent.
this would have been a better rated R
that's just
movie.
Like imagine those, because the aliens move fast and weird.
Throwing them around, like imagine
just seeing,
splitting them in
blood.
half and shit. Yeah,
Like that would have looked super sweet.
dog ass tight.
Yeah.
But this is what you said earlier. I really like this movie, and
Well, it's funny. I just looked it up right now, and I didn't realize it because I had this is the first time I'm writing the year. Like I didn't know this movie's almost 10 years old. Tom Cruise has been the same age for fucking forever.
I've seen some recent pictures of him. He's starting to look a little lined up.
Finally, yeah.
He's starting to look a little lined up.
Like even in Maverick, when he has his shirt off, he looks a little older, but still in like great shape for a 60-year-old man. Or whatever.
60-year-old man, 5'5".
Yeah.
And like 145 pounds, 150 pounds.
Connolly just still killing it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jennifer Connelly looks
Oh
damn
my
fine.
God. Oh my god.
Then I went
Emily
home
Blunt. Oh
and
my God.
only watched the end of
Requiem for a Dream.
yeah, that party scene is
Disgusting piece of
pretty
shit.
cool.
I love
Emily Blunt, Jesus Christ, she's so good at acting.
Yeah.
There's almost no movie that I've seen that I haven't enjoyed her in. Devil Wears Prada, and that's all I've seen. But no, The Jungle Cruise. She's
Jones
good.
Prada. I didn't finish it, but
But I
scenes
think
I saw
she
her-
does wear Prada, right? I
Yeah.
think is. But everything I've seen her, she's fucking phenomenal. Even Tom Cruise, he almost has a perfect track record for a lot of his movies. Like there's been very few movies that haven't been successful for him, and same could be kind of said about Will Smith too. Will Smith's made a lot of good movies.
well, there's like this weird, and it was about 10 years ago now, like this weird run of like Tom Cruise movies that didn't exactly do great. Like they weren't necessarily bad.
Okay,
So like there's this movie, which is legit super good.
super good.
Super good. There was Oblivion, which was also
That was
good,
great.
but didn't do that great, at least to my, as I
Morgan
recall.
Freeman's in it.
Valkyrie. Remember that one where it's like, I think he's the Nazi, wants to kill Hitler.
Yeah,
There's one more, like Lions for Lambs, I want to say,
Ooh, I
something
don't know
like
what that one is. I think I know that name, but I don't know.
I think he was in that too. But like, there was just something just wasn't connecting with him and the audiences anymore. So like box office wise, they didn't do great. It didn't really kick off until Mission Impossible 3 kind of redid that franchise, and then it was off to the races from there. With all the
Well,
fallout.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Well, he killed it too.
Yeah, he fucking killed it.
Yeah.
And he got decapitated. No, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's pretty factual. But that was
So
also
I-
like 15 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I said 9.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Well, I mean, Tom Cruise for doing like the Mission Impossible, third one and stuff.
So it's kind of sucks that this movie gets caught in that little no man's land of his filmography. Because it's a really good movie. Like it's high up there on his films. At least I think so. Me personally.
And there's slight nuances of this movie too, where all the actors just are great in this.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton, like his
love it.
facial expressions, the way he's talking, like I
The
like
mustache.
the mustache, like when he's looking for his keys, like I thought to myself, I wonder if that was written or if Bill just did something and then they just kept it for something. Because like he was also an improviser too. Like he improvised some stuff in True Lies, which it's fucking great. But he's a perfect character actor. There's not many movies where he was like truly the
He's
lead.
like a perfect douche.
Yeah,
Well, how dare you?
Twister.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
That's
you.
all I
Put
said.
some
He
fucking
has
respect.
Okay, name me 4 movies where he was a lead.
Twister.
Done.
Frailty. He's the dad, right? In
I
Frailty.
don't know that's not a lead though.
Why is he not the lead?
Fine, okay, fine. I'll give you two. Right
McConaughey's, I guess, is the kind of the lead.
okay, so there's two.
The one where he's the Mormon TV show. He has like all the
I'm
wives.
squinting. Well, typically Mormons will have those.
What is that show called?
There's a show?
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm saying movie. But I know what you're talking about. I know the show. I know what you're talking about.
Aliens. No, it's
Okay.
it's
So
like
anyway,
that.
he's not a lead.
Yeah.
But he's a
I never said he was, but okay.
He's a perfect side
douche.
character.
Yeah.
And douche too. The first time I saw this motherfucker was in Weird Science. And he was the brother, super fucking asshole. He gets turned into that giant blob. Weird Science. I mean, that's a movie of its time too.
Yeah.
But still, did you ever watch the show on USA?
I remember it kind of, but I
used to watch it. I used to watch that one, Pacific Blue, I think it was called. The little biker fucking cops on the beach. There was that risque one. It was like, La Femme Nikita. La Femme Nikita, they had that on USA and stuff too. Fucking A. That was like prime.
Baywatch Nights.
I didn't watch that. I watched Baywatch.
Of course.
Get the Hoff in that bitch.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Bill Paxton though, he's fucking great. He's so good. His voice is just unique, and it's too bad. I mean, you lose him. He just had he had that operation, and he passed away from it. And his family sued the doctor. But back to Emily Blunt. She first and foremost looks great, and she is a really good counter to Tom. In this too, because she's like hard and horde. She's this badass bitch, like coming, everybody knows her. Like she has that fucking Final Fantasy VII sword, and she's cutting up those fucking aliens and stuff.
What do they call it? The Angel of Verdun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And jumping around. I don't know if that was a suit or just her. Those mech suits got to be so fucking heavy, and they're just jumping fucking 15 feet. Anyway, just killing it. And then I try to think to myself, really quick, I'm going to skip ahead. How many times do you think he's actually died? I'd say in the hundreds.
Tom?
Yeah.
In the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in thousands even.
You think?
Well, how many times would you have to do something to remember every instance?
Once.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
You're good like that.
I don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
So no, you know what? I guess I could see that because that's that he gets to that point where he's like, he just fucking goes to the bar.
Because there's like the theory of Groundhog Day, where people ask like, how long was he stuck in the time loop? Originally, people are like, a couple months or something like that. But then near the end, Harold Ramis, who's the director?
Ramis.
Ramis says like, actually, he's probably stuck in there more like 30 years, reliving the same day over and over again.
Well, he would just make that up? You think?
I mean, he didn't have a definitive answer, but people were like kind of guessing on the, how long would it take you to become an amazing piano player? You couldn't do it in 3 months.
That's true.
Right? Learn how to ice sculpt, learn every moment of every person in that town.
Yeah.
Like all their entire history and know everything about them. Like how long would it take you to do
I
those
guess so,
things,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. And to know like the guy's going to swing like this, like a punch. Right. And like, I'm doing this blind. He closes his eyes and moves out of the way and stuff. That's true. That's really tough now thinking about that. Because if it was like 1,000, and let's say he dies, right? So then his day is only, he might live half a day, and some days he might live the whole thing. But he doesn't. If Rita dies, then he'll want to kill himself because he doesn't want her to die. And which I thought that was very admirable.
She even says herself, because she had someone in her life as well that she lost every day that she relived.
But like they're driving, right? And he's like saying things that she knows or that he knows about her, even though she's still trying to kind of play it all hard. And then
like, I'm sorry, did we say when he gets covered by the alien blood?
Okay.
Like that's the aliens' tactic. Like
they're
able to reset their day.
We didn't.
That's why they're able to win every battle, because
Correct.
they can relive it, refight it, and they know everything the humans are going to do.
Yeah, we did not say that, but that is the
So what happens? Tom gets the blood on him.
what happened was
So the whole deal is it goes like this. He gets the blood on him, so now he has the power. He's in the loop, and he's able to relive every day.
And then they want to find him too.
People. One, he wants to know what happened. He kind of runs into Emily on the battlefield, and that's what she tells him, like, find me and
Yeah, because he tries to
let me know,
save
'cause
her.
This is what happened to me. This is why I was able to be amazing at Verdun, because I was reliving the same day over and over again.
Well, he tries to save her because she initially gets just blown up, like
She got blowed up.
she
real
got
good.
blown up, yeah. And then so the second time he does it, he goes to save her, and in doing so, he's talking to her like, "Hey, we gotta go. Like this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen," and then the ship blows up again, and she takes his gun, and then he gets killed by the monster. But the third time is when he starts, he's shooting the alien before it gets there, doing all that stuff, and she's starting to see like, holy shit, like
He's doing what I was able to
yeah,
do.
he knows what I was doing, so that's why she's like, hey, just come to me when you wake up. And then he goes to her when he wakes up, and she's doing yoga in between those like training of all that.
It looks
stuff.
like an Incredibles set.
Yeah,
like that's
pretty
where
much.
Mr. Incredible
Yeah, yeah.
would be fighting, and Elastigirl would be like,
That's Linda Mode's fucking place. She's just, no capes, no capes. But yet, like, I don't think there's not many parts of this movie that I didn't like. I guess besides the fact that you mentioned it, sort of, that it wasn't rated R. It would have been nice to have a rated R version of this.
It's funny because like it already didn't do that great in theaters, so like just fucking throw a R rating on there and like just have it,
Like,
and just
put
go
in like an
gnarly.
extra like $2 million in that movie when you put it on Blu-ray, the special edition or something like that, and just put the blood in there that should have been in there, or put the profanity that, like, look at even Galaxy Quest. That movie, they filmed that whole movie as a rated R movie, and then there's certain times where there's dubs that don't line up, and clearly you could say, well, fuck that, but then the dub is like, well, screw that, but you can read her mouth that she's clearly saying fuck. Sigourney Weaver, by the way, looked phenomenal in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's still foxy. So anyway, so he's reliving the day.
Wait, can we start over on A again and do Alien, just so we can see her in a little tiny...
Yeah, we got to do
Underoos?
Aliens. We still got to do them in Aliens because Aliens is the better one. Get away from
That
her,
is a
you bitch.
bold
First and
statement,
foremost,
man.
here's the thing: the first Alien movie was to me a little campy at times when you saw the alien.
What?
Because it was like, "Buh." Like, when it was in the vent, it was like boo. And because like and how did he see that?
All right,
because like
okay.
aliens don't
I
have
see what you're
eyes.
saying.
Hold on, you know what I'm saying? It was a little campy. So then that movie made a good amount of money. So the second one they did it better.
I believe you're saying this.
Look, I love Alien and I love Aliens. I did not like Alien 3. Alien Resurrection, pretty fucking good. It was stupid, but it's pretty fucking good. Like Ron Perlman is such a fucking goob.
Yeah.
And then Sigourney Weaver really threw the basketball backwards and she made that shot. Fucking, I don't remember what try it was. I don't think it was first. Maybe it was first, but she fucking did it. And she was like 20 feet away and did it. Anyway, Sigourney, as you're
Perlman
listening.
almost ruined the take, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Ron, because he turns and smiles. But they kept that in the movie still. So anyway, back to this movie. Back to The Edge of Tomorrow. So
So the point of the movie is they need to find the
Omega.
alien, destroy that, and that will stop the... If you kill the host, all the minions die too.
Yeah. Like you
Kind of a normal movie device.
kind of like the faculty.
Like the faculty does it.
Yeah.
Fucking Game of Thrones, I mentioned it too. They do that on Game of Thrones as well. So
Is it with the Ice
yeah.
King?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I've seen that scene. I watched the public reactions of it. It still gives me goosebumps. I haven't seen anything
The
on that show.
music's, Ramen Djwali, I forgot his name.
Okay.
That's quality
Yeah.
score right there.
But like it was the girl that kills the Ice King or something
Maisie.
like that. Yeah. And so I watched
Aria.
that with the public, like the
reactions?
when they see that like Snow is about to face off against that dragon that looks like a zombie.
It is. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
zombie dragon.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Ice dragon.
Okay. And then the guy's taking out his sword, about to kill the guy in the wheelchair.
Bran.
Okay. And then she pops out of nowhere like, ah! And then like everybody's like cheering, like, yeah. And then when he grabs her by the throat, like, no. But then she drops the knife and stabs him in that little spot where he's exposed. And then they all just vaporize. Why was that zombie dragon a thing? Was that one of what's her face's dragons? Arya?
It got killed, and one of the Night King's abilities is to raise people from the dead.
Okay, so it was one of the one girl's dragons, though. Is that what it was, or no?
Yes.
Okay, that sucks. And they're cool with Snow, right? Those dragons should be cool with Snow because he's cool with the girl.
He's a Targaryen, yeah.
Okay, didn't he kill her?
He does.
Piece of shit. Piece of shit. I heard that last season was just trash.
It got ridiculous.
Okay. Anyhow, so I have notes here like how many times did he die? So we're already discussed that.
Could have been years.
Yeah, could have been. Yeah.
Well, that's what she's like. Rita is damaged by it. Like, she lived the loop herself, trying to find the host to end the war, and in so kind of destroys herself. Right. Yeah. Like she's like a shadow of a person. Like literally, she's just a killing machine at this point. Like she's just there to kick ass, take names, drink some beers, kick some ass, and they're all out of beers.
She has yeah. She has the beer helmet and just drinking the beer. She's all out of beer. I'm here to kick ass and what is it? Kick some ass and take some names.
So yes, exactly.
Or chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Whatever the fuck. Anyway.
So she mentions it pretty briefly, but she had someone as well that she had to watch die hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times.
Yeah, she's trying to save him. Yeah. And
which is what Tom's trying to do for her.
And I do like when she's training him and stuff, that they did the exact same when she gets the pistol to shoot him. Exact same shot every time, like pretty much exact same shot. I don't know why I like that so much. When he's like, "Oh, wait, like I just broke my ankle," and just shoots him in the head. Exact same shot. And this is going farther ahead of the movie, but like when they get to that like RV park, when they get out of it, when the car, that he's able to take the gun off of the robot. That was nifty. That the alien set a trap for him. So they set a trap at that dam. And so obviously they're intelligent. Not only are they intelligent, and they also have
they're smart
technology. They're smart. They have those capabilities that us as humans don't have. And if you really think about it, what do you think they'd be coming to what do you think they want to be from Earth?
Like, why does any alien come to invade Earth?
Well, you look at the faculty, they want water more than likely.
Like, it's just resources and stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
Maybe they just go planet to planet and they just they just like fucking kill anything, like whatever. We want to own everything. I put robot aliens because that's pretty much what they were. There's so much.
How do you like the alien design in the movie?
I like them.
It's interesting,
like
right?
Multiple like legs. They're all of them are.
I think they're a little too fast.
I mean, it is unfair.
It's super unfair.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like some of it was like kind of just throwing dudes, and I was like, you should kind of live from that, right? Like depending, I guess, how hard it threw them. But some of them are just like they throw them once and like, ugh, and they're just dead. But then you see Tom getting hit by them, and Emily, they get hit, and they're like, oh shit, and they get up. And then sometimes they're getting shot up, and they're like not dying that quickly. But then Tom's using that shotgun later, and he's like one shot, and it's like pretty much dead. I'm thinking, what is the consistency of these aliens? Like, how come sometimes you got to shoot those motherfuckers up? Like when they're taking that little helicopter to get there, and they're lighting them up, and yet 2 shotgun shots. Now I guess those are point blank. But still, you have a huge artillery machine gun shooting those motherfuckers.
I mean, he kills one with like an axe at one point too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I think it was already kind of hurt, like from the actual accident, and then he just like...
"'Tis a flesh wound."
Yeah. "'Tis just a flesh wound." That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water in Paris. These mimics remind me of the Matrix robots. Like the actual, like, I forgot what they were called. Were they the tentacle ones? Yeah. And this whole movie is basically a rom-com or an action com, and there's a meet cute, like them in the if you technically think about it, since it goes back a couple days when they actually kill the Omega, because what happens is Tom is fed up and he completely leaves Rita. He leaves He just goes to live his day. He takes a fucking helicopter or whatever those things are and flies out to the dam, which he had these visions of. That's where they tell him that he's going to start getting these visions the closer the Omegas and all them get to him to figure out who he is. And so he flies out to the dam. It's a trap, and the Alpha's there, the Alpha that he probably originally killed, and they weren't killing him because they had to get his blood, is what it is. And so they weren't attacking him, and he gets cut a little bit here and there, but he has to go and drown himself. So he goes and like tucks him under like some pipes in the dam, and he drowns. So, but he knows it was a trap because the Omega wasn't there. And so he had to use the device that, I don't know if you said the guy's name, but there's a scientist that helped Emily Blunt. And basically what it is, you have to slam it into into an Alpha, so that way you can envision where they're at. So he does it to himself, and he sees that
the scientist says himself, like, don't think of them as individual creatures, think of them as one large organism.
Correct. Like
you talk to
a horde.
Yeah.
One horde.
Yeah.
And
horde.
Yeah, that horde is going so hard that it's hard to kill him.
Yeah.
So he does it. He sees that it's at the Louvre in Paris, and it's covered in water. Not covered, but there's a lot of water. Where did that water come from? Is there a dam in Paris?
I don't know the inner workings of municipal water sources in large cities.
Well, you should. That's the only reason why you're here.
I do remember there was this book that I read,
in a book,
The World Without Us, I believe it's called. Mm-hmm. And it just imagines, like, say there was a snap and all humans just disappeared from the earth. Like
Thanos?
Yeah, exactly. How long it would take nature to like reclaim like civilized
It's like
societies.
10 years.
He makes an example of like we have a little example of this in real life, which would be like the Chernobyl zone, like around like the mutations of the animals that have been there, like how the buildings have fared in time without any maintenance by humans, stuff like that. Anyway, one of the points he makes is in like New York, like there's like a like live pumping system constantly going in New York to keep it from flooding. Otherwise, like the subways would flood and stuff like that. So without people there to maintain those systems, like New York would flood. So maybe it's something like that's going on in Paris, but I don't know specifics of Paris.
That's nuts to think about, that it has to be constantly pumped or it's going to be flooded. So if that failed, there has to be multiple fail safes in the way to do this. Maybe something can seal and hold them.
Well, you know what's a little freaky? You know, I love New York now because I've been there one time.
Yeah, get your culture.
I'm kind of an expert. No big deal. Those scary videos of like when it's like raining a lot in New York and it's just like fucking rainwater like flooding down the stairs into the subways. I'm like, where does that water go, bro? Like, you know, it's like
I'm no doctor, but like that water
should it like go somewhere?
No, you're right, and that is frightening because I think in Chicago stuff like that's happened too. Yeah. Anywhere with like a subway, like here in LA, we're not in LA, but like here in LA, they have a small subway station. But it's like I don't understand how Southern California's public transit is just so bad,
it's so terrible.
I don't understand. Like if I wanted to,
it was so easy to get around in New York in that subway. Like I loved it so much.
When I was in Chicago, very easy using
only
the trains
two kind of crazy guys. That's it. For a whole week.
To the LA, you're going to want to like 2 or 3 of them on one train, one bus. People yelling racial slurs or talking about like, you know, you got to wear your foil hat so they don't take your thoughts. The government, that is.
Because even like Frisco's is more robust, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, all I see is like videos of like people like just zonked out on heroin, like just at the station.
It's
like
the fun people.
Being freaky. Like, I don't want to go on that either.
No.
BART, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Okay. In San Francisco, yeah, the BART. Well, yeah, San Francisco's BART. So, truth be told, with this movie, I
saw it in theaters. Do you remember?
I did.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think I did as well.
They're finally starting to make a second one, which is great.
Really? So with Tom and Emily?
But I don't think the same director.
Oh,
but
no, Dougie Doug. Doug, 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 Doug.
Get some fucking Skeeter in that bitch. As long as it's not Roger. So, and you know, Doug was always trying to get that mayonnaise, man. He wanted to spread that mayonnaise. Like,
want to spread them motherfucking patty cakes. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Spread them cakes. We are defiling a fucking
beloved childhood
so
cartoon.
I like this movie a lot. I'm glad they're making a second one, and I can watch this movie many times. Like,
I mean, I was watching. I was like, this. I do enjoy this movie. Surprised, not surprised, because I remember liking it and being shocked. Like, man, why didn't this do better? This is a good movie.
Yeah.
And then they tried that whole like renaming it for like the DVD. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like Live, Die, Repeat, something like that. What are you doing? Stop it.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it was not a good choice, but it has a good following that they're like, all right, fine, like we'll make another one. And
well, I mean, it kind of follows in the vein of the Keanu verse, where like just anything he was a part of back in the day, like we're willing to retry it again. Because it worked this year for Tom, like with Maverick. Like that movie made billions of dollars.
Which is nuts.
So, you know, why not retry this one?
Do you think he'll wait longer again to make one more? Or do you think they're going to do like in the next year or two?
They got to do it soon. Like they have to capitalize on that money. I mean, they've already put it off for a few years because of COVID. Like that should have came out in
It's true.
2000.
You think it would have had 2000 or 2020?
2020. Yeah. What did I say?
You think 2000?
I don't believe that at all.
Okay.
Rewind it. Well, let me kill you.
You'll hear it. You'll hear it.
And I will relive this and say it correctly if that's how you need
Imagine if you had that power.
Yeah, but I would want to have the power to choose the day and live freely, move day to day.
Let's say it started when you were 22, so you can't go back any younger.
Okay. I don't mind that. Okay. I would just be calling in sick all day because I probably had to work. Hope I had sick days. Or maybe get fired. Who cares?
So you wouldn't have been with Blockbuster anymore because at 22, I don't think. Correct. You had already left.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I would have been at my current job, yes.
34. I mean, if I went back to, let's just say I die in the next 20 years and I go back to when I was 22, a lot of mistakes that I still made that I can rectify.
But how specific of a day do you need to, like, would you use it just to better yourself in general?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be like
There
the
you go.
core of it, is to better myself. Yeah. Because, like, you
But
know,
like to further like your education, like read
no,
more.
that's already gone. That's gone.
Learn specific skills that you
Ooh,
can
Spanish.
take
I'd like to learn
Yeah.
Spanish. But if I'm gonna die, I'd
Like
also
all of a day, like
I would
just-
I would take the years to learn Spanish, and then if I know I'm coming back to life again after I learn Spanish fluently, dead, and then I'll learn like Chinese,
Yeah.
dead, and then I'll learn French,
Yeah.
dead, and then Tagalog, because you know what, I don't care about my people.
For the folks,
Yeah, so like,
the peeps.
and that way I can now go through life a little bit differently, but also still making certain decisions for my life. Because remember, we talked about with bacon and stuff, is that I would want to live a little more. If I talk to my older self, I'm like, Brandon, maybe go to that party. Hey, Brandon, maybe go fucking eat that ass. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. And it just,
You never can see that guy again. Like, just do it.
yeah, just give him the rusty trombone and get the fuck out of there. So the rusty trombone, just so you all know, is when you're eating the ass out, the guy out from the back,
Yeah.
and you're jerking him off. You're reaching around jerking him off.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like it could be called the Miles Davis. Like,
The mouth Davis.
whoa, 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 oh, whoa. So anyway,
Wompa 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 wompa.
yeah. So our next movie that we are going to review is the F.
So,
movie.
sorry. Well, let's complete this one.
Sure.
It's a great movie. People should have seen it more. But if you haven't seen it, go watch it. You will enjoy it.
It's on HBO Max.
Tom is charming and funny, and it's good to see him get beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
And Emily Blunt is awesome and angry, and Paxton's hilarious.
Even though he had a small part.
Yeah.
But like that's more than enough.
Here's the thing: like in a movie that just repeats it's the same scenes over and over again, like that small part is important.
Yeah.
So it's fine. You see him like a bajillion times doing the same thing over and over again, but it's still funny.
Yeah. And his accent and stuff like that. Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, American from Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh, you're American. Nah, from Kentucky. And where was Tom Cruise from? Like Jersey or something like that? Yeah. Anyhow, our second movie on our
Alien Extravaganza.
ABC's Aliens Extravaganza Galore is The Faculty. So, Mike, why don't you tell us about The Faculty?
The ABCs of Aliens. Now we're on to F for Faculty.
Yes.
The Faculty from 1990.
98.
Hold on, I'm switching some pages. Fuck you. Give
It's
me a second.
98.
From 1998. Written by Kevin Williamson, who wrote all the horror movies in the 90s.
Okay.
That late 90s horror boom started by
Like I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yeah, exactly.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I just made that up, but okay.
Well, it started with Scream.
Sure.
In Wes Craven, but he wrote the movie. Created Dawson's Creek, which is kind of weird, but he loves him some teenagers. We've established that. I don't know how well, given some of the characters we deal with.
Sure.
I don't throw anything out there, but
Yeah.
Directed by Robert Rodriguez, which I didn't.
You
I
were
forgot.
right. You were right. You said Rodriguez. And that's why I put, you probably didn't read it, but in the bio of our last episode of Specrapular, I wrote, directed by Robert Rodriguez, and I put in parentheses, you were right, Mike. And then, because you did say Robert Rodriguez, I was like, I don't think so. And because I thought he only did Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and that was it. No.
That's his entire career.
Yeah. It was El Mariachi, then he did
Desperado, Dust Till Dawn.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
That's
Sin
right.
City.
Quentin was in that movie, right? Yeah.
He wrote it.
Okay. Do you think Rodriguez, really quick, has a foot fetish like Quentin does? Because there's a scene in this movie where she's using her foot and she's like mushing it around and shit. And I was like, oh boy. So I wrote
In
in
his
here.
mouth.
Yeah. So I wrote in here. Do you think Rodriguez has a foot fetish as well?
Well, he has a thing for Salma Hayek because she's in literally all of his movies.
But she's phenomenal too.
She's good.
She's not only phenomenal as an actor, but she's also very much she's multidimensional too.
So let me just give you a little synopsis of
Sure.
this movie here. The Faculty, 1998. When Casey Connor, Harrington High School's newspaper photographer, witnesses the murder of a nurse and sees her alive again, he decides to investigate the bizarre happenings. That's a terrible synopsis.
Very much.
That is a weird thing. A horror tale set in high school where the students suspect the teaching staff of being aliens who are intent on making the students their victims. That's better. A little more concise and better. The faculty of this school, the most beautiful faculty of any school in the history
Too
of schools.
good-looking.
Too good looking.
Like you get a young everybody. Famke.
Yeah.
You like who's in this movie?
So she's not a faculty member, but you have
Right.
Jordana Brewster as Delilah.
Huge fucking bitch.
Huge
Jesus
bitch.
Christ, a huge bitch.
Well, that's the thing. That was one of the things with Kevin Williamson's scripts. Like he had like real. Everything was teenagers. Like all the movies are teenagers, from Scream to all of them. Dawson's Creek. So everybody is like a super high overview, like archetype of character. So you have the bitchy cheerleader, you have the jockey jock, nerds are nerds, weirdo girls are weirdos, like lots of eyeshadow. Like those are just the characters that he has in the movies. Like it's not much you can do about that.
clicks.
Fucking Jordana took it to 11 with like
Just a
super
huge
cheerleader,
fucking bitch.
super bitchy.
Was she a cheerleader?
She says.
But
'Cause
you never see her.
so
Yeah, you never see her.
Jordana, that's the main character. Clea DuVall, she's Stokes. She's the bangs.
Yeah,
She's
the fucking greasiest bangs. Wearing Tommy Hilfiger too. I was like, what?
she's the weird girl with the heart of gold that you just need to
They
get
all
to
call her a
know.
lesbian.
Yeah. Josh Hartnett as Zeke, the
Fucking love Hartnett.
cool dude who's fucking smokes reefer and drives a cool car.
He's such a fucking piece of shit
yeah.
too to drive a car that way and
Scuzzo,
park
yeah.
sideways across the lane, the spots too.
But surprise everybody, he's a fucking scientific genius. So there's that. He's kind of the hero of the movie, but he just gets his ass beat.
He's the hero, and Elijah Wood wins.
Yeah.
I was so pissed off because I forgot that he gets knocked out, and then Elijah Wood just stabs the bitch with, like, 2 pens, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Ugh."
He just fucking Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal, just blows a little dust in the face.
But like again, Josh Hartnett, they make it seem like he's gonna be the hero the whole time. He's the one that figures it out. He's the one that does this, and the badass, and he gets knocked out.
Yeah.
And then Elijah Wood.
Laura Harris as Mary Beth. She's the out of towner.
That accent she does is so
Very
good.
interesting that a girl from out of town comes and all this weird happenings start occurring. Suspicious.
They do point that out, which is weird that Jordana Brewster points that out too, and she's part of the horde.
Sean Hattasey as Stan. He's the football player.
Yeah,
He
I
seems
like him.
kind of small for a football guy, but
Well, the quarterback though, so but I get it.
Yeah.
Usher was a fucking something.
Super douche.
And I can't stand Usher in general. I'll get into it. Okay. Yeah, it's over.
and then of course Elijah as Casey, the nerd who gets nerded on and just assaulted every day. I guess that's cool in high schools.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The whole flagpole thing, like, not the flagpole, and he gets his dig on it. And nobody does anything to help.
So some of the faculty. So you have Robert
Patrick
as
T2.
at the T1000.
Got the T1000 in there.
So here's some of the faculty. Salma Hayek as the nurse. Gorgeous. Famke Janssen as the nerdy teacher who
Janssen.
just has her hair up and then she just puts it down and
Suddenly she's
super
foxy.
sexy.
Yeah.
Even when she's back to normal at the end, still a weird relationship with Josh.
Okay, hear me out. So I wrote that down.
Wait.
No.
One more teacher. Bebe Newworth.
She's the principal.
Newworth as the principal.
I like her a lot.
Gorgeous as well. And then there's like older teachers and stuff too.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So that ending real quick with Famke and Josh Hartnett. I wrote, wow.
Surprising, people win at the end, guys.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, oh, Famke's a pedophile. But then I
Yes.
forgot he's not, or she's not, because he got held back. So he's going to be over 18.
But see, that's the thing with relationships like that. Like, yes, technically not illegal.
Yeah.
But
It's fucking gross.
immoral and a little icky.
Because she's got to be, let's just say hypothetically, she finished all the years of school she needed. So she's going to be like 25, 26.
Yeah, but look at her. She's like 30.
I get it. And she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
But like, she's waving at him like, hey. And she probably wants to try those cherry condoms with him or something.
Like
What
in
is that? She's doing raw dog. Like, he's raw dogging the shit out of her. But at the same
Those tiny bangs like that, bro.
yeah. And those are not cut well. Those bangs are horrible. Like, that's the kind of videos.
90s was the year
Those
of
are the
bangs.
videos you see of girls on YouTube where they're like, I'm going to cut my own bangs. And they do it. And then it's too short. Yeah. Because they push them together.
U-shaped?
Yeah. And then just up
that's
too
good
high.
times,
It's like,
good
oh
times.
no.
Real like April getting what was that movie with oh my gosh, she's in Dawson's Creek. What is her name? Katie Holmes. April something, and it's like cover, and she has like little tiny little bangs.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'll think of it right now.
Okay. Yeah, well, you mean you think of it as you're looking it up? You mean? Okay, that's
Just give me a second.
So the coach, Robert Patrick is great. He's very domineering. He's always had that about him. Any movies in where he has to like yell or something like that, it's frightening. Seeing that guy yell. With looking at him, he's going to turn his hand into some kind of blade. I feel like. So he's the coach. He's one of the first to get taken by the body snatchers, which was Mary Beth. And I wrote
Pieces of April.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Look at these tiny bangs, red bangs.
I know that's bad.
We'll post it on the website. We won't.
No, we will not. I can't stand Usher. I don't like him.
Usher's one of the football players, and he's a dick, of course, because he is.
It's a jock.
He's a jock. Why don't you like him?
I just don't
in real
like
life?
him. Yeah, I don't like him. He's a scumbag. Like there's things I've heard and
Yeah.
read. Like he's settled things out of court where
Yeah.
like this woman accused him
Yeah.
of giving him a venereal disease.
He's
And-
gonna
and-
give them venereal disease, and they're gonna like it because he's gonna pay them.
And he
He's
did.
gonna
Paid
pay
him.
them
So that
off.
court. There's multiple people that have
I'm
actually
gonna bang
accused
more
him.
hoes
Okay.
because they deserve it.
Let's see. Cold-hearted principal.
Yeah.
She's pretty rough with those other teachers. Like, look, you're not getting this. You're not getting this. Walking through. So she goes back. Like, hey, I forgot my keys. Doesn't turn on any lights to go back in there. Granted, it's not far from where that door is to where she needs to get to. But like, I'm turning on some fucking lights. And how did the fuck?
How do you like the horror in this movie?
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
Couple like jump scary kind of people standing behind when you.
Yeah. Special
Don't
effects weren't
expect
the
them to be
best at times, but this is also the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I mean, the worst is Fam K's head, like walking
Yeah.
around
Yeah,
after
yeah.
the car crash.
well, even when Mary Beth first turns into the alien,
Mary
I was
Beth.
like, that's pretty rough.
She looks like a. It looks like her alien looks like the blown up version of the little aliens from Men in Black with the.
Sure.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay. Or even looks like from Monsters Inc. The fucking Mike Wazowski, like Mike Wazowski, like which is a very much larger version of her. But I would never walk through a building dark like that because when I used to work at even public storage, like you had to go check all the locks on all the storage units. I would make sure all those. I'm waving my hands for the lights to go down on that row first before I go down it so I can look.
My brother and my dad, for some reason, are obsessed. Not obsessed. They just want to rewatch it because my brother had seen it.
Faculty?
No. My dad had not seen it, or he doesn't remember seeing it. But anyway, they wanted to rewatch the trailer of the horror movie Lights Out. You remember that? It came out a few years ago. It's actually pretty good.
With the blind guy?
No, that's Don't Breathe.
Okay.
But Lights Out there is a lady with a crazy old friend who now is a ghost. But she like scratches on all the woods and carves her name and stuff like that. But you only see her in the dark. So like you'll be in a
I
room.
think I maybe remember a little bit.
There's
Of it.
like a shadow, and you see her in the shadow, and you turn on the light though, and she disappears. And you turn off the light again. Now she's closer in the shadow. It's very screen. It's very
You know, thinking about people like hiding in shadow stuff, it just makes me Hereditary.
yeah.
Like just lurking back there.
Not that. It's a
Right.
good movie. It's not that good, but it's
It's a good movie, not that good. Okay.
Well, I mean, compared to Hereditary, like one of the best fucking
Okay.
movies in the past.
God, even thinking of
years.
Toni Collette like hovering up there in the corner and chasing him like that, that is just frightening.
Does the light change a little bit in the room so you don't see her right away, but like it starts to get a little bit brighter, so you start to make her out more,
I don't think so.
or it just takes that long to notice her?
Well,
Like if you see the movie the second time, you know she's going to be there. If you
Right.
look directly at that corner
Correct.
of the room,
but you don't. The camera tilts. That's why.
does it tilt?
Yeah, it changes its angle, so you see her. But obviously you anticipate it, obviously knowing that she's there. But even even the naked people and stuff in the background of the house,
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily see it the first watch, and then when I watched it for this, I was like, "Are those fucking people?" And I rewound it, like they're just waiting outside his house with their dicks out and shit like that. All right, it's gonna be freezing. You're shriveled up like a motherfucker. I mean, you're gonna be no bigger than my pinky right now. Anyhow,
Wait, that's bad.
so anyway, question: How did Robert Patrick? How did he lock all those doors so fast? Like with the chains and well, I guess so. Josh Hartnett is a fucking douchebag. Only at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of is still, because he's even mean to Elijah and that stuff when he's making out with an alien in another room. Then he comes in there, he's like, you fucking nerds, this is fucking alien," and then they obviously beat up Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart's the Falcon too. Sorry.
Yeah,
Forgot to mention that.
and what's funny about that fight too, or not funny, it's fucked up, is like one person's doing it, everybody's just watching. Like they're not like all trying to overtake. Like when he slices off his fingers and you see all those tentacles coming out, I would have been like, shit. And so Josh Hartnett's using the paper cutter. I mean, I'm gonna grab a fucking chair. There were stools. They weren't like regular chairs. They were stools. So they're gonna probably heavy and metal. Fucking hit that dude in the head. Anyway, so that was upsetting to me. And
He went pretty quick to the. Oh, let me chop this person in half with a fucking.
oh yeah, when he ripped that off, yeah. Well, because like they didn't even know he was an alien
He
yet.
pushed me. Let me murder him.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, let
Okay,
me-
we're already going to murder? Straight to murder? Call the police? Okay, all right.
What else is this? Danny Masterson.
That's right.
And
Scuzzy piece of shit.
I remembered he was in the movie, but I didn't know to the context of it, so I'm glad it was short.
Yeah.
But yeah, just super.
Well, I mean, if
space.
we're talking about rapists, we should talk about, like, this is a Dimensions film, which was a subsection of Miramax films with like a sub-label that they use to release all their sci-fi indie kind of horror movies.
It's like what Disney would do with, I forget what
Buena Vista or whatever.
Yeah, they would. So they wouldn't put under their name. They
Which was Miramax, which of course was run by the Weinsteins, Harvey Weinstein. I would say rest in peace, but one, he's not dead, and two, I don't wish him peace. So fuck him.
He's dead in our hearts.
Yeah.
In all the people's hearts in the lives that he's affected people, like in the negative, which is plenty.
Yeah. So a lot of rapists in this movie. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, yes. Well, Weinstein wasn't in this, but at the same, yes, he helped finance it and stuff. And it goes back to what we were saying if everybody listened to Weekly BM, is the problematicness of being a hypocrite, of choosing what you want to listen to with music wise. Because the example I gave in Weekly BM was, how do people listen to Michael Jackson but not R. Kelly? I know there's completely different music, but like same fucking thing they did, but yet, okay, what one guy's okay.
Both R&B to me, but okay.
Well, I don't know. I thought I guess he is. Yeah, he wasn't rap. He wasn't. Yeah, he was R&B. Yeah, R. Kelly, fine. But like, so what? One's better than the other, and
they're definitely better than the other.
Well, yes, but they did the same thing. Well, not the same thing, but like they similar
pop stars.
And so it's kind of like, well,
they're never stopping.
No. You kind of got to take that with that grain of salt too, because it's like you're selectively choosing to be the hypocrite. Like when movies that we watch, like like this, for example, we don't agree with these actors that are in it, but yet the movie itself was
just the one.
Okay, fine. So to go past Danny Masterson a little because we can go deep into rapists, and
he's only in it for a second, but
yeah,
I like to at least acknowledge their piece of shit attitude every time we watch a movie and they're on the screen. So just so we know. So
we could talk about Jordana being just this huge bitch,
terrible person,
and she made a remark to Clea as well, like, oh, she wears all black, so I wear all black. I'm currently wearing all black. Like, there's nothing wrong in wearing all black. I look slimmer. I look cute.
It's literally all I wear. Always.
I know. And, well, like band shirts and stuff too, but still all black.
They're black.
But just a huge fucking bitch. And to have the kind of roles reverse a little bit too, because like the jock wants to give up the sport to like do something else. He wants to get an education and stuff like that. And she's so fucking cruel to him.
Yeah.
You would think, because I believe they were dating, sort of. And she's like, hey, get your shit together.
Well, she's like, adheres to the social, she even says that the social hierarchy of high school, where it's head cheerleader dates the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is. And I will stand by and enforce that dogma at every turn. Whereas that quiet girl with the eyeliner, let's go call her a lesbian. Like, okay, that's
she keeps to herself. She reads books all the time. She must be a fucking lesbian.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, she's not. She's in love with the jock.
Yeah.
And they get a moment of kiss, which is cute.
But it's so, like, I like the movie. It's fine. But that just seems like lazy writing to me by like Kevin. Like, it's literally all the movies that you make. Like, it's the exact same thing every time. This one's just especially harsh, I guess. But it's tired. Are you tired of it?
I'm tired physically.
Like that dynamic in movies?
Oh, yeah. But there's always going to be certain tropes, right? Like, I mean, I hate to say it, even in stuff that which you haven't given me any feedback on yet. But like, even there's some tropes in the thing that I wrote, like that little like. I
don't want to shock you guys, but the lead character in Brandon's show is a sarcastic smartass.
Yeah,
who would have thunked it?
I wrote a like a sort of plot for a pilot episode of a show that's kind of like a paranormal comedy, and the lead, his name is David.
You really use the same name.
I believe it is David. It is, but I think I was thinking of Cyberpunk 2077, the show.
Nobody cares.
Okay, so for the characteristics,
this piece of April thing is just on my phone.
So the characteristics of him,
judgy.
Yeah, the characteristics.
She would get called a lesbian by Jordana. Correct?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. For sure. I put his characteristics were confident, something else, and smartass. And when I told Mike about it, he's like, "Let me guess, he's a smartass," and I laughed because he was absolutely right. I always put myself a little bit in some of the characters that I write in shows, just so that way I live forever. And speaking of living forever. That old ass history teacher did not. They tried to possess her, and she got heated up and melted away. But in the showers, where nobody was in there, and then she was suddenly there. She got there quick. But have you ever had to take a shower in PE?
No.
Yeah, I don't. That was more of like. 80s, 90s. Because like
remember
there
what
were
fucking
showers
high school I went
in
to.
my high school.
I
There
don't
were
remember
showers.
there being showers.
There was showers at mine, but we didn't have to use them because we did PE. And when we'd get done and be all sweaty, it was like they let you cool down and shit like that. And you just got to change back into your clothes. So it's kind of gross on PE days.
I liked late PE periods.
Yeah.
Just so you're not like sweaty all day.
Mm-hmm. But I heard that like if you played on the sports teams, like the football, basketball, and shit, they have you shower because you're getting like soaked. But
Dig it.
yeah, do you?
At work, I have to shower only because my shower tiles were messed up, so I had to replace a couple of them here at my home. So luckily, I'm like, well, I'll just leave a little early for work, so I take a shower at work. If that counts.
It doesn't, because like there's
And then
there's
I put my
curtains
leg
and
up
stuff, right?
everywhere. You just
You
guys
bend
like,
over at the waist.
The shift started like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, why are you still naked here in the locker room?
Your hands are all pruny.
I don't know, man. What do you want me to do?
You keep picking up.
I want you to get dressed. That's what I want you to
You
do.
keep picking up the soap.
That's how I live my life. I'm your boss.
Yeah.
Put the fucking pants on. Plenty of times had that conversation past week.
Sure, but like I never had to take a shower at school. I think my dad did, uncle and stuff, because I was back in the fucking like 70s.
It's funny, you can tell the old dudes and the younger dudes. It's definitely a generational shift. Because the older dudes would just come out fucking little towel on, just fucking whip it out, just no shame in their game at all. And the
Well,
younger
it's even
dudes are like
professional athletes.
nudity.
Like they gotta all shower together and stuff. And I feel like you just get used to it, of course. And it's like whatever. But like if you're not packing heat and stuff,
It's all tough.
that's rough. And if you're playing in like Wisconsin in the playoffs and it's like snowing, and you got to go back in there, like your dick is not going to be hanging out too far.
So Aaron Rodgers has seen some little dicks, is what you're saying.
Plenty. He's probably looking at himself in the
those days,
mirror.
yeah.
That fucking asshole. I used to like him so much. Wild Things. They made a reference to Independence Day. Wild Things. I think there was one more, but I specifically put Wild Things because they're as like Nev Campbell and Denise Richards. He's like full frontal, and he's selling them like the copy of Wild Things or whatever. He's what is like $20 or shit, and that's when Famke comes in like, oh, you're wasting your life, and
She wants it bad.
Oh, she wants it so bad.
Who wants it more, Famke on Josh or Rachel on Keanu last week or 2 weeks ago from Constantine?
Yeah, right.
Like she was mouth open, ready to go.
Oh, fuck Rachel Weisz too.
But
I would say
Famke is a
Famke.
little more like repressed because she's like the nerdy teacher.
Yeah.
That pushes her glasses up with one hand.
Hey guys, if you open up to
see your
page
stuff?
10,
But do you even see her teach anything, or is she just like?
she does. She writes on the chalkboard, and
Oh,
she's
okay.
like, hey, guys, do this, and then somebody says something, and she gets all like upset. But I would say,
Damn it, Bernice.
like I said, quotable movie.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You could say that in any context, and it's just something. But I would say Famke wants it more. She wants that young fucking
Youthful.
cock. Yeah, because like Rachel to Keanu, they're like same age, so like he's got those old wrinkly balls. Yeah. Because at that time, Keanu and Rachel got to be in their 30s. And because that was what 2004 was it Wisconsin, if you remember?
Sure.
Okay.
5.
Okay, 2005.
Yeah.
So fucking A. Like, but even you look at Hartnett though, and these guys they were like in their 20s at this time. So yeah, they're a little older. Anyhow, there was a marker on the floor, like tape for someone's mark, and they didn't remove it.
No one gives a shit. But okay.
Smelling someone is creepy when Elijah smells Jordana.
Yeah.
A little creepy. Shooter McGavin with a goatee.
Yeah.
Like Chris, his name's Chris McDonald, I think. I fucking love him.
Yeah.
And I'll always know him as Shooter McGavin. He just which we'll kind of get to that too. But like in Happy Gilmore, that role was just literal perfection for him.
It's so good.
He is the epitome
the
of that.
douchiest of douche.
Yeah. And I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for. You know what I mean?
Oh no, it's so we're gonna say it. Okay, ready? I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Oh, you eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No. Like he just gets caught. Oh god. Anyhow, what else? Shooter with goatee, and he's a fucking dickhead too to Elijah. Like they're going through his. Like obviously, I get it. They think he's on drugs because they ring the cops to find the nurse, and she's fine, and so they go through his room looking for drugs and stuff like that.
I'm sorry. Do they show a foxy Selma?
No.
Because she's early and she's sick.
Right. But no, they don't.
Yeah, no.
No, they don't. Famke's like just the sexy. Even that one old teacher,
The principal gets sexier too.
No, she looks the same. Let's see. There's
That's one of the things that the students notice is like a change in their teachers.
Yeah, of course.
Because Robert Patrick goes from a hard ass to like a kind of a creepy, nice dude.
You look really pretty. No,
Says
but
that?
I need a pencil. Yeah, he tells the principal she's pretty.
Oh yeah.
What else? There is Elijah Wood falls off the roof of his house.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good 12 feet at
Yes.
least. 12 to 10 feet. Probably
He's
12.
4.5 feet tall.
At least he's a fucking hobbit.
hobbit,
Yeah, so he has his hairy ass feet. But he falls. Obviously, it wasn't him, but like that kind of fall is gonna fucking hurt, no matter how young you are. I did a lot of stupid shit in high school. I told you this. Like I was jumping off shit. I was skateboarding, and like yes, I healed a lot faster than I do now. But a 12-foot drop, you have no padding, you fall in the bushes, like that fucking hurts. He just gets up, and his dad throws him back in the house.
There is that video, and I'm sure you've seen it, of the guy like jumping off the roof, but he lands with like his knees locked. You just hear like,
Oh God,
have you not heard?
No.
He like shattered like both fibias, tibias,
Flactoids.
His fucking oh my God, what is this called? Femurs.
Femur, yeah.
Shattered his hips. Like fucked himself up.
That's rough.
It's terrible.
But yeah, that would fucking hurt. There is a fifth kid in the movie to wear Tommy Hilfiger, so I don't know if they had some kind of agreement. Robert Rodriguez has a foot fetish too.
You see it in the movie? A lot of feet in this movie?
Not a lot of feet, but that one scene was enough for me to be like, he probably wanted to put some jam on that and lick that off the toes.
Yeah, why not?
Also, do you think that was a body double for the Marianne?
I was literally just about to ask you about that. This movie is rated R, yes?
Yes. They're swearing in it, yeah.
They can't show boobs.
I know.
Like she's wearing
it's
pasties.
slightly in the shadow.
It's slightly in the shadow, but you
see her cheeks, like whoever that was getting out of the pool.
Like did the actress does not want?
But I don't know. I don't know if that was her though. I don't know because it was weird. It was inconsistent too. Because one scene, like when she first walks out of the shadows and she's talking to Josh, boobs look huge, and then a scene later, like they look like it's her. And I was like, oh, not that I'm looking at her like that, like trying to, using my finger to judge like how big her titties, and stuff, but like. Again, rated R.
Tuning the radio on the TV right in front of you.
Yeah. Well, her one titty on this side was like one fingernail long, but over here it's half a fingernail long. But like, it was rated R, so yeah, you would think they could show nudity. But yeah, maybe
they should have switched ratings. They should have made Edge of Tomorrow rated R.
Yeah.
You can just be as bloody and violent as you want. Mm-hmm. Maybe a co-ed shower scene.
You know what I'm saying?
Like start your, and then just made this PG-13. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. There was a sign that I saw.
Come on, guys.
It said "Me so hornet" instead of me so horny.
That was good, yeah.
The camera cuts away. Okay, so when they're taking the drugs, you never actually see them snort anything. Because maybe at that time they didn't understand that you can use sugar to make like fake cocaine looking stuff to snort. Yeah. Or maybe they didn't have a budget for it.
I don't know, man. Goodfellas was before this movie, and that they snorted.
Yeah, that was probably real coke too. Yeah. So she didn't actually take it. I don't know what I meant by that.
Mary Beth doesn't take the.
Oh yeah. But it's funny because when
Josh is of course a chemist because of course he is.
Yeah.
Zeke, sorry.
I think it's Zeke.
Yeah. So there's a diuretic, or there's like
she's allergic to.
He does like this little like pop thing, and
it's caffeine.
Yeah,
it's basically caffeine
for the students. Makes them a little high.
Mm-hmm.
And the aliens are water based, I guess. So
and we're carbon based.
Yeah. Any salty things and stuff like that, it dries them out. So that's one of the tests they use. Similar to like The Thing. Remember how he goes to burn their blood?
Yeah, with heat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like there's a test to make sure to verify if someone's alien or human, which is actually that's a cool device. That's a fun device too.
Yeah, but it does a flashback of her untwisting the bottom of it, and then she throws her head back. But I feel like, granted, Elijah at that time was high, and so was the jock. But I feel like that, and so was Josh. But I feel like Josh is paying attention. He would have saw that. But then you find out Jordana is also an alien. I don't know when that happened. It had to happen overnight in between them accusing and stuff like that. So she was faking it. But then the other thing that I thought about that too is, did Jordana actually take it?
No. So
then she just threw it or something like that? Because all the aliens started forming in her head. And I was like, and whatever. Something else happened too that I was like, wait, why would she do that if they both know that they're aliens? If Mary Beth and Jordana knew each other, right? Whatever. This movie's starting to fall apart. I hate it. She goes into the pool, and I would think chlorine would hurt that alien, because chlorine is going to dry your skin when you're in the pool and stuff like that. You know, you get out. It's okay. I'm just saying. Mike's giving me like this reaction of like,
well, no. I understand what you're saying. I'm just It's the movie. Like, it's the point of the movie.
Yeah. Why would Josh join the football team? Like, that's out of character to me.
He loves getting beat up. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, the whole time,
Turn him on,
he's not like
getting beat up.
anti-jock or anything like that, but still, like, it was weird to me to see him join the football team.
Well, I think the point is it's supposed to show growth in the characters after that, right?
But again, to be a team player?
Yeah, sure. Goes from loner to a team dude.
Was he a loner?
Yeah, of course.
Because he was a drug dealer?
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow it.
Elijah's cool now, and Jordana's just... Oh, imagine how bossy she is to him.
And he's just doing it. He's just taking it.
He's just like, please don't leave me. I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah. Just fucking lick
me
your
every
toes.
night, please.
Yeah, please. But please beg me.
Please, baby.
At the same time, it all works. They're all kind of opposites. Maybe. Well, it kind of seemed like Jordana did kind of learn a little bit. She's like, man, I was a fucking bitch. And so she's like maybe nicer. But then you get Clea and what's his name get together, which is nice. So the people that died in this movie.
None of the main kids die.
Correct. Mary Beth, dead for sure, because she was just a full-fledged alien. The principal's dead, because not only did they shoot her in the fucking head, but then they also
poured all the
well,
salt
Mary
on them.
Beth knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
And so she poured, the caffeine on him. And I think that's it.
Old teacher. She's dead.
Oh, I guess so, yeah, because alien couldn't take it. She's too hot. That's it.
Well, because they even talk about it in the news report, like, the mysterious disappearance of all these teachers in this faculty. I'm like, they're dead. But
there's not many, but yeah, I get it.
a small town of, what's the Stranger Things town?
It's Erie, Indiana. Oh, that's, no, Stranger Things is, well, the last season was multiple locations now.
The main city.
Was it Ohio? Something stupid? Some shitty Ohio? I don't know. Anyhow.
They voted for Trump, that's all I know.
Yeah, probably. So, did you like this movie?
It was very nostalgic watching it.
The music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny, I mixed up some of the music because I believe the trailer, or maybe it's in the movie too, they do Pink Floyd, right? We don't need no...
Yeah.
But I thought that they did Flagpole Sitta by Harvey Danger as well. Like, paranoia, everybody's come.
Wait. What's that band name?
Harvey Danger?
Oh, I'm thinking of... who's the one that did the... You're going to laugh at me and you're going to be mad.
Yeah, okay.
And I think I just remembered it. Who did Zoot Suit Riot?
The Squirrel and Zippers?
Oh, I thought it was Brian Setzer or something like that. Oh, yeah. Was it them? The Zoot Suit Riot.
There's a few of them. There's the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Okay.
There was the Brian Setzer Orchestra.
That's-
But
I think
he did
that's-
Jump, Jive, and Wail.
Jump, Jive,
And of course, he's a
Wave.
stray cat. So that's his main claim
That's
to
what I was
fame.
thinking of that that song was.
He gets a pass, though, because he's an amazing guitar player. Like those other guys, it is what it is. There was that push and swing. Like it happened. It had its moment in the late 90s.
Yeah. Ska.
Ska's still fucking super good, though.
I do not agree with that.
You listen to ska.
Who?
You love Gang of Four.
I don't love them. There's not ska.
I mean, they're not ska, but you know what I'm saying? Like that British ska, new wavy kind of thing.
I would say they're more new wave than they are ska. I do like Gang of Four.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Okay, yes. But I'm just saying, so No Doubt officially was my first thing into ska. And then more music started to come up. But I don't like it. Like, I'm fine with No Doubt and stuff, but I'm not like, let's listen to No Doubt. Let's listen
I
to...
love horns.
Yeah. Let's listen to Brian Setzer. Let's listen to Real Big Fish. Is they ska?
Yes. Brian Setzer's not, though.
I know he's not.
He's
swing.
rockabilly.
Yeah, he's rock.
With the Brian Setzer orchestra stuff, the swing revival. That would be like...
He's a swinger?
That, Squirrel Nut Zippers. There's those other guys. What the hell were those guys called, too? Anyway.
Sublime?
Yeah. No. Well, Sublime would be more ska related.
Okay.
Ska, reggae.
Yeah, or a little reggae, for sure, yeah. So, anyhow, did you like this movie?
Like I said, got a little nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
But I did enjoy it a bit.
Okay.
I didn't love it.
Sure. So you like Edge of Tomorrow better?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Edge of Tomorrow, I legit like a lot.
I do like The Faculty. I do. And you know what's stupid is when I was texting our group to be like, hey guys, anyone do it? I spelled facility. I don't know if you caught that.
You.
I didn't put faculty. I put the U. But at the same time, I enjoyed it. It was nostalgic for sure. Music, seeing these actors young.
Yeah.
I still like Josh Hartnett. Still like Selma Hayek.
I wonder who looks the best now, though.
Selma
Maybe either
Hayek.
Selma or Elijah.
Elijah does look good still too. I mean, he was in I Don't Want to Live in This World Anymore, and he still looked good.
Yeah.
Josh
haven't
Hartnett still looks
seen-
fine too. Like I still really like Josh Hartnett. Like 30 Days a
He
Night.
looks scuzzy when he has like a mustache for movies.
Oh, very much, yeah. But
should not do
he
that.
like always has it. Well, there's something I saw.
They're kind of all like that because even Stokes,
Mm-hmm.
like in Veep, she didn't look that much different.
Right.
Sean Hattasey was in Southland. He looked pretty similar, not as young.
Oh, he was in. He was in another show too. Oh, was that the USA show or whatever, or TNT?
No, that was the cop one on I forget what channel it was on.
Okay.
I can't think of what has Jordana been in.
Fast and the Furious.
Oh, I don't watch any of those.
Wow, you don't like family, huh?
Yeah, but the first one was fucking 20 years ago.
And they're stealing DVD players. It was like they were stealing combo DVD player and VHS fucking things.
Is she still in them?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
she's still Dom's sister.
No. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, how does she look in them?
She looks great. She does. She looks phenomenal.
okay.
I was gonna say for our H movie we should do.
Famke still looks great too.
Oh, she does. I was gonna say let's do Hollywood Homicide, but it's not on anything.
I wouldn't do that. I don't know what that is.
What? Harrison Ford, Josh Hartnett.
Nah.
It's good. It's silly.
Oh, were there detectives?
Yeah,
Nah.
it's good.
I'm good.
Anyway, so our next movies that we're gonna watch, the G movie, is Mike and I. We talked about it before. We're finally gonna bring it to you, fuck faces. We are doing Groundhog's Day. No, I'm just kidding. We're doing Green Room, and it's available on HBO Max. And then for our H movie, we're going to be doing Happy Gilmore. So the second time we're going to do an Adam Sandler movie. But so Green Room, HBO Max, Happy Gilmore. Was that on HBO Max too?
I believe so.
Okay. And if not, you guys can read it in the bio of this episode, and I'll put on what's on there. And don't forget to listen to our other podcast, Weekly BM, which is on Spotify. It's on everything. Really quick, I didn't realize that Specrapular was not on like every possible like way you can listen to the podcast. It was only on Spotify, Google, Apple, and like Stitcher. But then I put it on iHeartRadio.
No Tubi?
I put it on iHeartRadio. I put it on anything that was available on Anchor. I put it on.
Okay.
And then Weekly BM, same thing. But on Weekly BM, I cannot figure out Apple Podcasts. Like, I remember it taking me a while to do for Specrapular, like to get in there, and I don't know, it just won't let me do it. So I emailed them. I fucking tweeted them like, you guys, it's impossible to fucking make an account with you, please. But like everything else, so Google, everything else is on there. iHeartRadio.
You went to Steve Jobs' grave. Like, please.
I fucking kicked his,
Help me, please.
his tombstone. I was like, get your shit together, fucker. And
Well, there's USB ports on his tombstone. You try to
no,
plug it in
they're
there.
lightning bolt. They're lightning bolts. And when you plug in something, a turtleneck comes up on the tombstone, and so that way, yeah.
You did like the the lightning to max DV whatever adapter.
Yeah. He was rolling in his grave with the way that company is now. Like I give to Apple. They keep things consistent, but Jesus fucking Christ, guys, be innovative. Anyway, if you want to make suggestions to us, you can email us at specrapular@gmail.com. You can also message us. No, that's it. And Mike, why don't you go ahead and take us away? Remember, think about it. Movies we've done and what songs you want to sing.
Well, we're not going to do disturbing behavior, so I'm just going to sing, and I love this song.
Okay.
I'm just going to sing a little. Our Specrapular. We watch some films. We watch them all night. I wanna watch some too, and maybe watch T2. And we're gonna watch Happy Gilmore next week. And that's all I have.
Don't forget about Green
We'll
Room
watch
too.
Green Room. Watch Green Room.